Why do people encourage pursuing a passion-driven career, yet criticize those who choose majors like art history? They mean be passionate about things that make money, I guess. From my experience, when people say follow your passion and don't choose a career for money, they mean don't choose something you hate just because it pays well. Try to find something that you at least somewhat enjoy and that you can make a living off, not literally study whatever you want without a care in the world. These are likely different groups of people saying these things. The problem is not people who major in art history, or basket weaving, or interpretive dance. The problem is people who invest their time and money into these majors and then start loudly complaining about their student loans and not being able to get a good job. Making a risky choice is fine. Blaming other people because your risk didn't work out in your favor is not. People will criticize anything, just do what makes you happy. As a professional writer who didn't make it until I turned 58, the reality is that you've got to make a living for yourself until and if your passion hits. There's nothing whatsoever romantic about starving for your passion. I think the people that make these comments, there's a disconnect between going into debt to study what they consider a hobby and starting business to make money from said hobby. These people don't understand you aren't just born good at things. And even creative things usually need to be taught. I majored in history. I love studying history. I will always love history. Majoring in history is one of the dumbest decisions I've ever made. IMO people have no idea what a college degree is supposed to be for and assume higher education is intended to get the students jobs after graduation instead of learning for learning's suckake. Because people are judgmental and they will always have something negative to say. Just choose the major that you want and live your life without giving a fuck. What's the end goal of art history? If you just need a degree and aren't focused on your dream major, told history and art history are actually very good ones to go for. Pretty good academic rigor, lots of writing, you'll come out with good generalist skills. There are a ton of people who end up in a career that has nothing to do with their college education. There are a ton of people who get a college education in something that has nothing to do with a career. The purpose of a college education either comes down to learning something you're passionate about or getting a piece of paper that employers put a price on. If you're lucky, it's both, but for most people it's one or the other, or sometimes neither. I don't give a shit if someone majors in something they love that doesn't pay well, but if you do, I don't want to hear endless complaining about not being able to afford stuff, jealous jabs at things I do or buy, etc. I derive certain satisfaction from doing my job and doing it well, but that doesn't mean I enjoy it either. I've simply made my peace with what I love, and acknowledged that work is a way to obtain what I love because I'm not good enough at it to make the same amount of money from it. I think there are different people saying these contrasting things, but I also think the first statement comes from before late-stage capitalism. There was a time when we didn't have as many expenses, things weren't as expensive, and having a college degree was a bigger deal to a job. Now there are more expenses to juggle and jobs care more about experience than education. You are only supposed to be passionate about engineering and stuff. They want you to be passionate about helping large businesses leverage technology to achieve real-time data analysis goals at scale. Because studying a degree does not equal a career or a career that can give you financial security. Many people go to study a passion, but end up not being able to get jobs at all, can't get jobs that pay well enough to survive or really earn money, or get jobs that they actually enjoy. For example, I really enjoyed performing music. But going to college for music does not guarantee I will be a successful performer and be able to survive off just paid performances. I might also have to teach classes lessons on the side which may or may not be part of my passion. Or like how many of my teachers in high school had to have side jobs like working at coffee shops or mall clothing stores which were definitely not part of their passions. Also, people often try to sum things up in nice-sounding short catchphrases, but in reality, there may be caveats exceptions that go unspoken. Many people will say follow your dream with the unspoken caveat of as long as it involves a job that can financially support you. But sometimes their unspoken caveats might include some heavy personal bias or unrealistic expectations. Passions pay off, just maybe not in cash. Because it's not a career?